For months, the rumors swirled quietly, whispers in the industry, fleeting glances caught by paparazzi lenses, and a series of cryptic posts that had fans around the world asking the same question: has Demet Özdemir fallen in love again? No one expected it. After years of emotional turbulence and heartbreaks played out under the spotlight, Demet had made it clear that her heart was guarded. She told interviewers she was focusing on her career, her projects, her peace. And yet, something had changed. It started with a simple photo. A night view from a luxury rooftop, a hand resting on a wine glass, and a reflection in the window, one that didn't quite look like Demet was alone. The image was elegant, almost cinematic, and instantly fans began to speculate, who took that picture? Within hours, Turkish and Italian media were filled with theories. Some claimed it was an old friend, others a new flame. But then came the second clue, a familiar bracelet, one that fans had seen before on a mysterious man who had been spotted near Demet's neighborhood in Idler. The coincidence was too perfect to ignore. Soon, insiders began to talk, quietly, cautiously. A producer, they said. Someone outside the spotlight, but deeply connected to the world of cinema. A man with taste, presence, and the kind of discretion Demet had always wanted in her life. For Demet, who has lived her most beautiful and painful love stories under the public eye, secrecy had become a form of protection. But the truth has a way of shining through, even when hidden behind privacy filters and blurred photographs. Those close to her noticed a change. She smiled more often. She stayed longer on set, humming between takes. During interviews, when asked about love, she would pause, just for a second, then laugh softly and change the topic. That laugh, that spark, fans knew something was happening. The story took a dramatic turn when a well-known entertainment journalist claimed to have seen Demet leaving a private dinner in Bebek, wearing an elegant black dress and holding hands with a man whose face remained unseen. That was enough to ignite the fire. The world wanted to know who he was. And yet, Demet remained silent. No confirmation. No denial. Just a smile. Her silence became louder than any statement. The media storm intensified, from Istanbul to Rome, from Madrid to Berlin. Social networks flooded with theories. Was it someone she met while filming abroad? Was it a co-producer from her Netflix project? Or maybe a longtime friend who had quietly been by her side all along? Then came the turning point, a single quote from one of her closest friends. During an interview, when asked about Demet's private life, she simply said, "All I can tell you is that she's happy. Really happy. And that's all that matters." That sentence broke the internet. Suddenly, hashtags exploded, hashtag Demet in love, hashtag secret man, hashtag who is he. Fan accounts analyzed every angle of her latest photos, matching shadows, reflections, and accessories. Every smile became a clue. Every word, a message. But behind all the chaos, there was something genuine. Those who truly know Demet say that she has found peace, not in fame, but in connection. Not in grand gestures, but in small, quiet moments that mean everything. It's easy to forget that behind the glamorous photos, the perfect makeup, and the red carpet appearances, there's a woman who has been through heartbreak, betrayal, and relentless public scrutiny. This time, she's protecting something sacred, something real. When a paparazzo tried to approach her last week and asked directly, "Are you in love again?" Demet didn't get angry. She just smiled, looked down, and said softly, "Some things are more beautiful when they're kept just between two hearts." Those words were enough to confirm what everyone had already guessed. The mysterious man is real. And he's not part of the endless showbiz carousel. According to several credible insiders, he's a creative professional who works behind the camera, someone who values privacy as much as Demet does. They met through mutual friends during a charity gala earlier this year. What started as a casual conversation turned into something deeper, something neither of them had planned. Their bond grew quietly, through late-night messages, shared music, and long walks away from the flashes. And when the tabloids caught the first glimpse, it was already too late to hide the spark. One source close to Demet described it perfectly. He makes her laugh again. That's the difference. She's glowing, not because of fame, but because she feels safe. And that's perhaps the most beautiful part of this entire story. For a woman who once said, "I don't need someone to complete me, just someone who understands me," Demet seems to have finally found that understanding. The world might still be guessing who he is, but maybe that's the point. Maybe it's not about revealing his name or face. Maybe it's about witnessing a woman who has learned to love again, quietly, fearlessly, and on her own terms. And as the cameras continue to chase her, Demet walks forward with that same calm smile. Because now, for the first time in a long time, it's real, but of course, every beautiful story comes with its own shadows. The closer the public got to the truth, the more protective Demet became. Those who have worked with her on recent projects noticed a subtle change. She started to draw invisible boundaries between her public and private life. No more spontaneous posts from her daily routine, no accidental stories revealing where she was or who she was with. Everything became intentional, controlled, and quietly powerful. Insiders say that her mysterious partner encouraged her to do just that. He admired her strength, but he also reminded her that peace doesn't always need to be performed. In an industry where every smile can become a headline, he became her calm, the quiet in the storm. Some close friends have described him as someone mature, intelligent, with a creative soul. Not a celebrity, not a businessman, but someone who understands the art of storytelling, which makes sense, given how their worlds first collided through film. He was reportedly involved in a production Demet was invited to support as a guest, and from that single encounter, a friendship blossomed. What fans don't know is that the first thing that drew them closer wasn't attraction, it was understanding. He listened to her. Truly listened. When Demet spoke about the loneliness that fame brings, he didn't interrupt. He didn't try to fix it. He just understood it. And maybe that's why this love feels different. This time, Demet isn't chasing a fairy tale. She's living something raw, simple, and human. The kind of love that exists quietly between two souls who no longer need to prove anything to the world. When a journalist recently asked her if she believed in love again, Demet's answer was short, but deeply telling. Yes, but not the kind people write about. That single line became an instant viral quote. Fans shared it everywhere, on TikTok edits, on Twitter threads, in captions filled with hearts and fire emojis. Because they knew what she meant. She wasn't rejecting love. She was redefining it. And somewhere out there, the man behind the mystery must be smiling, because he's the one who reminded her that real love doesn't always need to be seen to be true, and maybe that's why this story has touched millions of hearts. Because everyone can see the new piece behind Demet's smile. She's no longer walking in the shadow of the past, she's standing in her own light. Quietly but confidently, she's redefining love. And this time, the world isn't just watching her. It's falling in love right along with her.